left there, beings are now citizens of countries. Cow traveled the merchant, and the Hamlet the working day began, with their sons and with it. The basic foods were vegetal, beer, wind, salt, oil. The more important meal of the day was dinner. In medieval times, people lived were thrones conditioned joint nature. Men and women of class suffered from the harness of the principal every month to noble, and the hamlet turned to fight to feed the cow with firewood or charcoal. The cow be controlled during the winter. The house were the center months used to spend winter. The family offset to use numerous closets, and among them the most important was the skins in the summer. Men and women could only copy white the head, white the bat, or white the teeth, white the shirt, and scattered. Liberal comparison voluntary members to working during the night as it was destined for it.
I'm going to tell you about the state of the Middle Ages. Number one, temprana Middle Ages, beginning after of the 5th century and staying until the 8th century. The period one characterized by the union toward different culture from to time. Number two, with Middle Ages, the state spanned from the 9th century to the 11th century, where feudalism were with a lot characterized by producing for and to offer products. Number three, like Middle Ages, they speak beginning if the 11th century and 8th its mid-15th century is what characterized me the progressive emergence of the commercial activities, and there was when they have in more importance. I go if after from thank you so bye so much vibe.
Walter Roth was like. The road in the middle was a very beautiful institute as it was at the Reformation time. So the church had a lot of influence and theory. Christianity was the main dominant and controversy of the time. Positive effects: educate the world first university amongst them Oxford. The decline of the feudal system followed, maintaining a strict among inhabited by the caste systems. Negative effects: the economic was extinct, and the members of the church were committed to contribution to annually monetary contribution, which brought about economic terrorists and development of the bourgeoisie wars.
Feudal system. Feudalism was a form of social and political organization based on vassal relations between vassal and feudal lords. Feudalism had its origin in the decline of the Roman Empire and predominated in Europe during the Middle Age. Characteristics of feudalism. Political feudalism was characterized by the decentralization of power, the influential role of the church, and the power exercised by the nobility through relations of loyalty and protection offered to the king in exchange for domination and title of nobility. At the social level, society was hierarchized in a pyramidal way in social strata. On the one hand, the privileged, including royalty, nobility, and clergy, and on the other hand, the unprivileged, serfs and villeins. Economy during feudalism. The economy during the feudal era was based on subsistence agriculture and livestock. The economy was autarchic in nature. So there was hardly any trade, and it was mainly done through exchange. The surface of wealth lay in the ownership of the land, which was the hand of the feudal lords. Manual labor fell to the serf, who worked the land and paid tribute to lords. There was no industry, but the products were made by craftsmen. Cause of the feudalism. One of the main causes that gave rise to feudalism was the fall of the Roman Empire and the invasion of the barbarians. The situation of political, economic, and social instability resulted in multiple conflicts and struggles for the domination of territories. The weakness of the creation of fiefdoms and the introduction of team systems in many of the territories of Europe after the fall of the Roman Empire. Instruments of torture. The head crusher, widely used during the Middle Ages. It was meant to literally shatter the victim's head. The chin was placed on the lower bar and the helmet was pushed down by the screw. In this way, the two alveoli were broken first, followed by the jaws, and finally the brain ended up coming out through the cavity of the eyes and between the skull fragments. The cradle of Judas, a method of torture generally used in confession. The prisoner was raised with ropes over the wooden pyramid, with a steel tip at the top. The victim was suddenly raised on the pyramid, causing serious wounds in the genital and anal areas. The fool, one of the best known instruments of torture, in which the victim was knocked down with his limbs tied tightly. Afterwards, a mechanism of ropes and rollers was acted that made the body stretch in the opposite direction, causing the shoulders and hips to unravel. The divider on its sinews. The purpose of this instrument was to render the victim's sinews unusable. It had two sides full of spikes, the amount of which depended on the type of crimen committed. When the device was placed on the canoes, the scripts were turned so that the spikes would break the skin first, and then the bones. This torture too was also used on elbows, arms, and legs. Bull of Phalaris. The burning of human beings with the effigy of a bull is attributed to Phalaris. He would put the individual inside him and then light a fire under the belly of the bull. The victim's scream came out of the bull's mouth and it looked like it was mowing. The Iron Maiden. The Iron Cabinet was designed to lock the victim inside him. The door was opened and chosen at the will of the executioner. It was riddled with sharp irons that wounded the victim to death. The pair. This instrument was placed in the victim's mouth, anus or vagina. 10 by of a skewer, the executioner opens the pair to its maximum opening, causing the cavity to be completely destroyed. The oral pair was intended for heretical preachers, the vagina one for women who committed adultery, and the rectal one for homosexuals. The Brax Reaper. The 4 iron tips toward the breast of women convicted of heresy, blasphemy, adultery, induced abortion, among other crimes, until they became completely amorphous masses. Donkey Head. The church punished mirror offenses by this method. Many of these makes incorporated iron mouthpieces, tie, mutilated the toge with sharp spikes and sharp blades. The victim used it to be exposed in public square where they were often mistreated by the crowd. The saw. The accused was placed in an inverted position, thus avoiding death by bleeding, and the victim did not lose consciousness. In fact, it was not lost until the saw didn't reach the navel or chest. This technique was widely used by the Inquisition, especially for the execution of homosexuals. In Spain, it was a method of military execution until the 18th century.